Go.
Everybody, this is Travis Cole again with Bugout Survival Training. You can find us at bugoutsurvivaltraining.com. We're going to go over bad advice versus good advice. And it'd be very commendable of any of you that have a difference of opinion, or if you just don't agree with me, feel free to go to my website. Our phone number's there. Give me a call. We'll talk about it. But just so you know, the network of people that I deal with and that we talk about, when we do this, we go about it in a very real scenario type of way, and I'll tell you how that is and how that works, and I'll also tell you how you can avoid a lot of the problems that some of these people that are giving you bad advice are. The first one is, you hear a lot about it, and one of them is the color of a backpack or the color of your pack. It shouldn't be camo, it shouldn't be a military color, and I'm going to tell you right now, that is just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. When you're in a crisis, emergency, or survival situation, it doesn't matter if you have a black pack, if you have a red pack, if you have a camo pack. If you have any kind of pack in those situations, you have become a target. Because if the other people think for even a minute that you may have food, you may have water, or you may have any kind of equipment or gear that can help them out, okay, they're going to take it from you, or they're going to try to take it from you. And the other thing too is, even if it doesn't have any of those things in it, they know, or they have a feeling there's something in there they can use for barter. Okay, so it doesn't matter what color pack you have on in those situations. If you have something that they want, or if they think they can use, they're going to come after you for it, regardless of what color your pack is. Okay, it's just ridiculous. I mean, I don't know what that is. And one of the things that motivated me to do this video was, there's a guy on the internet that's saying his pack is safer and a better pack because it's black and it's not a military color. It's not camo. Okay, it's not OD green. Well, that's ridiculous. Regardless of what color kind of pack you have on, if you have a pack on in those situations, you're going to be a target. Right. The next thing is clothing. Same thing. People like, don't wear military clothing, you need to draw attention to yourself. You know, you're going to look like a survivalist. Well, if you haven't noticed, and something that we've noticed a lot, is that here in Virginia, hunting season starts in like August. I believe it starts with dove, and runs clear until February 28th. You go any place out here on the eastern seaboard, okay, whether it's Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, West Virginia, Kentucky, any of those places, and including out west. I lived in Reno for years, okay? You have a lot of people that are running around with camo on. Not just men, but women as well. Okay, to pick out somebody just because they have camo clothing on, and the reason that they say this is that you won't fit into the crowd. You won't fit into the crowds of people that are there. Well, once again, the problem with that is, if there's a big crowd of people, you shouldn't be there. Okay, you should be long gone. Okay, the one thing you want to stay away from are crowds of people and contingencies of either military or law enforcement. You don't want to be anywhere around those places. Now, the other thing is weapons. If you're trying to get out of an area, okay, major metropolitan area, the suburbs, wherever the danger may be, okay, wherever the civil unrest may be, you're gonna want to be armed. Probably gonna get in a lot of trouble for this, but if you're gonna be armed, there's a lot of different ways to do it. Okay, if you're gonna be armed, one of the things you can do is stick it in your pocket, just like this. Have your pack on, stick it in your pocket. If anyone approaches you or threatens you, or tries to do anything like that, all you gotta do is pull it out of your pocket and you're ready to go. The other thing is, you can wear it in the back, the smaller your back, right here. And there's a lot of really good holsters out there that make it comfortable. I wear mine all the time, even with the pack on, and it doesn't, I hardly even know it's there. Okay, or you can wear it up here in the front. And it's the same thing. At least you have a way to protect yourself and to keep people from taking what you have. Okay, they're not fitting into a crowd. Major problem. The major thing you want to do is you want to stay away from those crowds. You want to get away from that, and you want to stay away from bottlenecks. You want to stay away from areas where there are bridges. Okay, you want to stay away from areas, especially if you're in a car. Okay, if you're getting out of there, if you're getting the hell out of Dodge and you're in your car, stay away from those bottleneck areas. You don't want to be caught up in, especially out here, when 295s empties into 95, or 64 and empties into 95, or 295. It can be a mess. It can be backed up, and you can be down to a crawl or a complete standstill in some cases. Now, that's just everyday traffic. Now imagine what that would be like during an emergency situation. Okay, there'd be a good possibility that you would be going nowhere quick. Well, here's the deal. All these things can be avoided, and all these things don't have to happen. The secret to all this is being proactive. Okay, be ahead of everybody else. You know, whether you call me a survivalist, a prepper, it makes no difference to me. Okay, but if you have that mentality, okay, the quicker and sooner that you come to the realization that there's a problem, okay, or that the shit's getting ready to hit the fan, and the quicker you get your stuff together and you get out, the better your chances and your odds are. Okay, even if you're overreactive, that's still better than being reactive, because if you're being reactive, you're reacting to a situation that's already at hand, and it's all probably, and it very well could be, too late. Something to think about. So it doesn't matter what kind of color backpack you have, it doesn't matter what kind of color clothing you have on. Okay, if you stay, and once again, you hear me talk about it in my other ones, keep a low profile, stay away from the crowd, stay away from the military, stay away from the law enforcement, separate yourself away from those elements so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so you don't have to get caught up in it. Okay, and the sooner you act on it, the better your chances are. You'll be out miles away from whatever's going on, okay, whatever civil unrest or emergency situation that's taking place, crisis, survival situation, long before everybody else. Okay, the worst advice that you can ever get is, well, let's wait and see what happens. Okay, well, that's a really, really bad idea. A lot of people have said that during Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Harvey, Hurricane Michael, and even the fires in California. People are like, well, let's wait and see what happens. Well, unfortunately, that didn't end up really well for them. They didn't like what happened. Okay, so don't hesitate. You know, if you hesitate, it's too late. Right? Get out. As soon as you have that feeling, you get that little tingling sensation, you know, and the hairs on your neck start sticking up, or you know something's getting ready to go down, get out. Because if you do that, you won't have to worry about the crowds of people. You won't have to worry about law enforcement or military personnel. You're already going to be out of that area or out of that zone, and you're going to be on your way. Okay. Vehicles. I go over this a lot. Cars are a great form of transportation. They're the best thing to get you from point A to point B, the very quickest and the very fastest. The problem with that is, if you're on any of the major highways and byways, I don't care if it's 95 out here on the East Coast or I-5 out west, okay, they can turn into a parking lot real quick. Okay, you got people that are already panicking. Okay, and the things don't have to really go bad yet. Okay, people are panicking and driving like crazy people, and you get accidents. cars that are broken down, whatever situation that may come at hand. On those places, you're not going to go anywhere. Okay, take your car as far as you can take it, and when you come to that junction of your trip, pull it off to the side of the road, lock it up, get your gear, and start walking. So I guarantee you're going to get there a whole lot faster, more than likely, if you finish it up by walking or hiking out of there than you would if you waited for hours and hours and hours, and who knows really how long it would take before you would be able to move your vehicle again. Put it off the side of the road, lock it up, and if it's possible, come back and get it later. Okay, don't mess around with it. Don't stay with your car, because if you stay with your car, or if you stay in your car, well, a couple of things. First of all, you're going to be trapped. Okay, number one. Number two, there's no place for you to go. Okay, and you get anybody and everybody that wants what you have. Makes it much easier for them to get at you, or get to you and get at your preps or your bug out bag, whatever it is you may have. Something to think about. Now, when it comes to weaponry, and you're in an area that's congested, and you live in a major metropolitan area, one of the things that you want to do is you don't want to show it. People see that you have weapons, or if you here in Virginia, it's legal to open carry, as it is in a lot of states. If they see you with a weapon, they might try to take it from you. So sometimes it's best if you try to keep it concealed. And I showed you a couple of ways: just have it in your pocket, stick it in your pants in the back or in the front. Those are ways to do it. There are other ways to do it as well. This is one of my just get home bags, and one of the things I love about this pack is this feature right here. You can take a gun, you can take your sidearm, whichever sidearm you may have, and plenty of magazines, and it fits right in here. Very easy, and it's very easy to access. You can have it on your shoulder, whatever you have it on when you're carrying it, and it's very easy to get to, and you can get to it very, very quickly. Very quickly, and be able to defend yourself or defend your property, whatever the case may be. Very handy to have. All mine get home bags, and all these are designed to do is to get you home. Okay, this is another pack. I want to push this just so I can help you guys out a little bit. This is a pack that I carry, and this is just my go bag. My go bag has all kinds of things in it, as well as a few surprises. And one of the surprises that it has in it, as I unfold this, as you can see, I have water containers, I have a live straw, I have food in here, I have my cup, I have binoculars, I have just about everything I need, my Sawyer squeeze, first aid kit, food. One of the things I have in here is, this is my Glock. This is my Glock, 4th generation, 40 caliber, model 22. This is a great gun. This one's very accurate. It's a great weapon, and I carried my pack, and as you can see, it was very well concealed, and by looking at it, you would never even know it was there. The other thing that I carry in here, and I'll tell you why I carry them in conjunction with each other, is this right here. This is the Caltech Sub 2000. The nice thing about this gun is that you can fold it up small when you get ready to use it. You just unfold it like this. And one of the great things about this gun, in conjunction with this gun, is that this unfolded, this has got an 18-inch barrel, I do believe, and when you shoot it 40 caliber with a short, right out of a regular sidearm, you're very limited to the distance that you get. This one right here, When you shoot it, the accuracy or the distance on this is probably 150 to 200 yards. That's just about probably all you're going to get out of it. But one of the great things about having the two guns together is you have one for short distance, one for longer distances. And the other great thing about it is that they're both 40 caliber. They both carry use the same ammo, and they both use the same magazine. So one magazine, one caliber, two weapons, very easily hidden, out of sight, out of mind, and people won't even know you have them. Something to think about. I recommend that any of you out there, this is a combination that you might want to think about getting. I know it doesn't even look like a gun now. But those are all things that you should think about, okay? And I know I preach this a lot, but here's the deal. Take responsibility for your own survivability. Don't leave it in the hands of somebody else. You know, when you feel like it's time to go, go. Okay? When you feel like it's time to get the hell out of Dodge, get out of Dodge. Okay? Go by your gut instinct and do what you know or what you feel or think is the right thing to do. Okay? Don't wait for somebody else. Don't worry about what other people are going around doing. I'll give you an example. One of the things that happened in California. Some of you may remember this. Someone got into one of their internet stations that are usually underground, and all they do is control the internet in localities. And they called them domestic terrorists, or if they were just people in there messing around with it. The internet went down. Now, the problem with that is it didn't take long before people couldn't use their ATM cards, they couldn't use their debit cards. People were going into convenience stores and trying to buy gas so they could get home, and they couldn't do that. They couldn't get money out of their ATMs, and I'm talking like within just a couple of hours of this happening, people were losing their freaking minds. Okay, so if you think it's going to take 2-3 days for things to get bad or turn ugly, that's another really misconception and a very bad piece of advice. Okay, I don't care what's going on or what's happening. When you see something's going down or something's happening and it's time to get out, get out. Okay, don't hesitate. Don't wait. Just do it. You'll thank me later for it. Okay, so that being said, check our website. Shoot me an email. Give me a call. Let me know what you think. And as always, stay safe. Be prepared. This is Travis Cole with Bugout Survival Training. You can find us at bugoutsurvivaltraining.com, and wishing all of you well.